Ronald Reagan once said, "Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction." We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed to them for them to do the same. If you believe America is the greatest nation because we are the freest nation, now is the time to protect and preserve those freedoms. Fighting for and protecting those freedoms begins in the voting booth. Determining which party most closely aligns with your worldview and your personal values is an internet search away. My grandpa, who was a Democrat, encouraged me to read the official party platforms of the Republican and Democrat parties before I registered to vote. I did, and I registered Republican. Republicans believe in the American dream, the belief that any person, regardless of their circumstances, is able to accomplish whatever they set their mind to if they're willing to work hard to achieve it. We see that demonstrated before our very eyes with our current Vice President, Kamala Harris, a daughter of a migrant who became a lawyer, California District Attorney, and now the second highest ranking leader in our nation. Vivek Ramaswamy, another child of immigrants, whose tech ingenuity grew his net worth to over $630 million. He's 37 years old and running for president on the Republican ticket. I was in high school when I decided my American dream was become a wife, a mom, and together raise a family and watch our children grow up to have children of their own. It wasn't long ago when Republican and Democrats agreed that America was the greatest nation in the world. We used to all stand proud and place our hand over our hearts during the pledge and when the national anthem was played. Today, there's a huge divide between those who love and appreciate America, the home of the free and the brave, and those who want to see it radically change to a place where government plays a bigger and bigger role in the daily decisions you and your family members are allowed to make. Republicans believe that America is the greatest nation when families and local communities collaborate in creating safe places for children to thrive. We believe hardship doesn't mean victimhood, and we believe America is the most innovative, benevolent, culturally diverse nation, and that we must continue to lead as an example of excellence to the rest of the world. One of the most common reasons people give for not voting in elections is that they don't feel their single vote counts. However, history shows otherwise. One of my friends shared a story of when he volunteered his friend to run for county commission. He became the campaign manager. They worked so hard together, registering voters, knocking doors, getting out the vote. And on election day, my friend, the campaign manager, was not able to cast his vote. It was a tie. And in New Mexico, ties are determined by the flip of a coin. And that coin did not go in favor of his friend. He lost on the flip of a coin. Every vote matters. I served in the House of Representatives with a gentleman who won by 9 votes. We nicknamed him Landslide Atkins. And Yvette Harrell, our own congresswoman right here in New Mexico, lost by less than 1 percentage vote. In fact, in the last New Mexico election, 3 House races were so close that they triggered an automatic recount to determine the winner. Your vote counts. Getting people out to vote isn't easy when they don't know who's on the ballot or when the person at the top of the ticket doesn't excite them. We have to be proactive in reaching out to them in person, meeting them where they are. Then we have to ask them what they care about and respond accordingly. Not everyone is going to be driven by the same issue. Some people aren't even plugged in enough to know what issues they should care about. They just want to get their kids to school and get to soccer practice on time. Today's states with far-left leadership, like New Mexico, are dealing with some huge issues that affect families and children. Not only are we dealing with failures of our school system and child protective services, now progressives are implementing laws that allow children to get abortions, transgender treatments, including chemical and surgical procedures, without their parents' consent or knowledge. They've weaponized government to pit teachers, police, doctors, and nurses against parents, forcing government employees to keep information from the very people who care most about those children, their families. Although the government does have many good public servants, there's a growing number of unelected bureaucrats who are pushing progressive policies to the limit. And we, you and I, are the only ones holding the line. The more we build up that line of defense, the stronger we get until we get to the point where we can start pushing back those policies to become rational and balanced again. That starts by voting. Conservatives believe that you don't raise taxes during a recession. We believe it should be easy to find a doctor and appointments should be easy to make. Parents are responsible for their children's health decisions and education decisions, not the government. In an energy-rich state like New Mexico, energy should be affordable and reliable. These are examples of issues that relate with the average citizen, and you can be the difference. By getting them signed up to register, you can become a registrar yourself. Knock doors for campaigns. Challenge yourself and your families and your neighborhood to bring people to the polls with you. Share messages on social media. Host a neighborhood party. Maybe you will run for office. But what we cannot do is stand by and watch the very rights that make America great slip away. Consider this quote. I've been impressed with the urgency of doing. Knowing is not enough. We must apply. Being willing is not enough. We must do. I hope you're ready to move from apathy to urgency. Please get involved.